What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. So look, we're gonna extend this Kevin Hart conversation, right? Because a lot of y'all was sitting here like, because I made the conversation about a lot of y'all hating Kevin Hart because Cat Williams told y'all to, and y'all point was that I always thought Kevin Hart wasn't funny, and I'm not talking about people that don't think he funny. That's perfectly your right. If you don't think he funny, that's fine. I haven't found a lot of the stuff that he's did recently funny at all, so I get that part. I'm talking about y'all who demonize him. A lot of y'all vilify Kevin Hart. You know, y'all demonize him and make him seem like he's the worst person in the world. And I feel like a lot of those conversations started from the stuff that Cat Williams was saying. Oh, Kevin is a puppet. He'll wear a dress. He's kissed the rock in a movie, or you know what I mean. He's done stuff that looks like it's almost borderline homosexual. All of that. Yo, you calling them all type of Illuminati puppets and all of those type of things. Oh, he's compromised. He's a compromised person. He does this and does that. And the crazy thing about it is, y'all have y'all picks and chooses about who y'all call puppets. You really do, right? Because for whatever it's worth, Martin Lawrence, Eddie Murphy, and Dave Chappelle have all worn lipstick, dresses, and women's clothing and wigs and all of that, and y'all don't aim the word puppet at them. I wonder why. It's just that y'all don't find Kevin Hart funny, so now he becomes the butt of the joke for you all, or he becomes the subject of y'all vitriol. Oh, because you don't find him funny. I'm a person who, even if I don't find you funny, that don't mean I gotta denigrate you as a person, right? There's a lot of comedians I don't think is funny at all. I don't gotta denigrate them as an individual. I'd be like, yo, his comedy or her comedy is not for me, but I'm not gonna trash them and call them all type of whatever or put certain accusations on their name when we don't have any real concrete evidence to say that they are this type of person. Oh, he's a gatekeeper. Well, tell me what Kevin has done to gatekeep. Oh, he is an industry plant. And I told y'all, there have been certain people whose career have been ignited faster than Kevin Hart's. Kevin Hart had like 6 movie credits before he even did Soul Plane. But before he even did Soul Plane, Paper Soldiers, all that, before he did Soul Plane, he had 6 movie credits. And it took him about 5 years to really get and what's the word I'm looking for? An ascending stand-up career. That whatever that first stand-up that we all found funny, and most of us found funny, how he really rose to stardom for real. That stand-up came out in 2009. Soul Plane came out in 2004. So how are we talking about this meteoric rise that he had out of nowhere? Like, it just, yeah. I can say Eddie Murphy had a faster ascension. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. And Eddie Murphy, again, is funnier than Kevin for sure. But he rose to the top quick. You know what I mean? So, yeah, but y'all don't call Eddie Murphy a puppet for having a quick ascension, even though we all, for the most part, found Eddie Murphy funny. Y'all don't call Eddie Murphy a puppet for wearing lipstick and playing a woman and playing like she in relationships with, playing like he in relationships with men while he dressed up as a woman. Y'all don't say the same thing about Martin Lawrence. We all love Martin and Eddie Murphy and revere them to the highest degree, even though they've worn dresses and makeup and all of that. Nobody try to call them out their name or denigrate them or make them seem like they are vile individuals or just heinous people because they've done this. You know what I mean? Now, would I wear a dress and wear makeup? No, hell no. But that's there, to each his own. That's their choice, right? And a lot of people in comedy was doing that. Jamie Foxx is another one. Y'all don't say Jamie Foxx is compromised. Y'all don't call Martin compromised. You know, and Dave Chappelle has spoken out against people who have worn dresses. But I remember he did that skit, like Howard Stern type skit. And he was wearing lipstick, looked like he had breast on him and all of that. Lipstick, women's earrings in his ear. And y'all champion Dave, right? But he's worn it too. And he talk about people that wear lipstick and makeup and clothing and all of that. You know what I mean? So what happens with my black people is we like whoever the most popular person is. You know what I mean? And whoever is the most salacious, whoever is the most like, what's the word I'm looking for? Whoever can be the most vulgar and whoever is the funniest person, we just ride with them. Cat called Kevin Hart a plant and a industry plant and a gatekeeper and all of that. And all of y'all ran with it, even though you really have no proof. Oh, he put Tiffany Haddish on. Man, be real with y'all, bro. Tiffany, didn't Will Packard put her in that movie, that Girls Trip movie? And after that, she was like, it kind of helped. I guess I never even watched Girls Trip. But from what I hear, she was kind of funny in there. You know what I mean? And they pushed her. Tiffany was, a cute girl. And she was funny in movies, and she got pushed, from what I hear, right? Because everybody, I don't think Tiffany's stand-up is funny at all. I don't think she's funny at all in stand-up at all. I don't, right? But I can say the same thing. I don't think Mike Epps is really that funny in stand-up, but I love him in movies, though. I think he's hilarious in movies. You know what I mean? But he be getting pushed and all of that too. So you know what I mean? It's just people have these picks and chooses about things. I don't care. Again, I'm not mad. I'm not saying y'all hate Kevin Hart because he's not funny, because a lot of people don't find him funny. I'm talking about the people that call him a puppet and a shield for this, that, and the third, and a gatekeeper and all this and all of that. Like, yeah, y'all don't have the same energy, and y'all use the fact that he wore dresses or he wore women's makeup, but y'all don't apply those same things to Eddie Murphy, Jamie Foxx, Martin Lawrence, or Dave Chappelle. And I know everybody loved Dave, but Dave had them lipstick and them breasts on and all that too. In a skit, y'all can look it up. You know what I mean? So it's just funny to me how people have picks and chooses about who's a puppet and who's not. Oh, you don't see it, he's a puppet. You know what I mean? Oh, he's like Drake. I can't compare him to Drake because, I mean, he's a clean cut. He got a cleaner style of comedy that's appealing to a wider demographic of people. He's like Drake? No. Kevin Hart is a black American from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. From Philly. You know what I mean? So, like, you know, what are we talking about? If anything, and I'm not going to even say that because they ride for black people and speak up for black people a lot, for sure. You know what I'm saying? Even though he's not married to a black woman, but he speak up for black people a lot, right? But Dave is nowhere near from no hood at all. At all. And that, just because you're not from a hood, that don't mean you're not black. I'm not trying to push that point. But when you say he like Drake, and I'm like, I don't see that Drake stuff that y'all seeing. Like Kevin don't use people to get credibility and not like to get street credibility or stand next to people for whatever to try to like get publicity. And I don't see him doing stuff like that. He always really been who he is, and his personality has been, people gravitate to his personality in the industry, and it's really because he's not an a-hole. I hate how people look at when you get successful and people in the industry, if people in the industry gravitate towards you and you're successful, now you're a puppet. People gravitated to Eddie Murphy. They gravitated to Martin Lawrence. They gravitated to Dave Chappelle for a while. Were they puppets too? Because people liked them and people liked working with them and they weren't hard to work with? No. Cat was, a lot of times people found him hard to work with. He's out here putting his hands on women. Because Carlos Miller, baby mama, talked about him attacking her, putting his hands on her. Didn't he put his hands on Hazel E? Fighting little kids in the street, fighting little boys outside, cussing folks out and all of that. People think when you cuss folks out and you got problems with everybody, that mean you real. Under that Monique Act. You know what I'm saying? Because you cuss everybody out and you got problems with everybody, you got to be real. They got to be holding you back from something. They pushing you back from something. No. Some people are problematic and get in their own way a lot of times. And that's what it is. They get in their own way. They problematic, and they don't know how to, not be super confrontational when confrontation is not needed. Cat got that type of energy on him. I've seen it. I've seen it in him, and I've seen people just like Cat. Even though I find Cat to be very hilarious, even though them last few stand-ups have been garbage, hey, they've been trash. Now, them last few stand-ups been garbage. Even after the Club Shay Shay interview, the stand-up after that, he ain't even ride that momentum right, because that stand-up was garbage. But he's a funny dude and all of that, and I find him funnier. I find him funnier than Kevin Hart. But the Cat done got in his own way a lot. Getting locked up and getting in trouble, like all that type of stuff. And he looked like he had that look on him. And y'all know what look I'm talking about. If you from the inner city, he looked like he got that look on him. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But he's funny. You know what I mean? All of that ain't cool. But y'all try to act like Kevin Hart is evil. And Cat Williams represents the good. When Cat didn't put his hands on women, allegedly. Right? And he didn't talk about people that didn't say nothing bad about him. Martin Lawrence, Ludacris, insinuating Chris Tucker, and insinuating that Chris Tucker and Michael Jackson gay, all of that, you know what I mean? Talking about, calling Jonathan Majors ugly, talking about, they all get their little big face, light-skinned girl as they woman. And wasn't Cat Williams with a big face, light-skinned woman by the name of Hazel E? He was riding around with, and then her name, Hazel E or whatever, she's big face, light-skinned. He was riding around with the same thing he was criticizing. So, Cat got a lot of contradictions in him, and a lot of Cat's fan base humongous, his Cat Williams stands got a lot of contradictions within themselves as well. That's the point that I'm making. Machiavelli Mills TV, I'm out. Peace.